We're back. My people, what up? We back.
We finished that one.
Hey, what's up, y'all? We back on Swervinn. What's up, my people? We back. It's a Sunday. We got some football going. You know, it's season 3. We got the second episode kicking off. Had to drive up the little highway a little bit to get my boys from Mizzou, the little Kirkwood area. Got T-Jaco and Jace.
How we doing, y'all?
What's up? What's up? I actually met T-Jaco through one of my old boys, Caldwell, back at Mizzou, and through Brendan Pierce. Shout out Brendan. Had some wild days back in Mizzou, so ever since then, like the first link up, we was close. And then a couple weeks ago, I met the boys, Jace and all them, John, and all them, just a real good crew to be around. So I'm trying to get up here and move to the city, and these are guys that I come up here and kick it with. So just tell people about your guys' self.
So I'm Trenton Jaco, man. Sort of call me T-Jaco. I've been living up in STL for a year and a half now.
Where'd you guys graduate? You guys graduated same school, right?
Yeah. Fort Zumwalt North.
Yeah, so we went to high school together at Fort Zumwalt North, and then I ended up going down to Mizzou, and that's where I ended up meeting Swerve. And I mean, shit, what was it? My junior year, my sophomore year.
2018?
It was 2018 when you came through, and it was like instant. The Swerve came in, we just like dapped up, and then we was riding around with each other all night, just fucking in my house.
From there, my house, yeah.
Yeah, we were in my house.
Where's that big ass bar in Columbia? I swear it has like 3 levels. It's got like TVs everywhere. God, it looks like kind of like
talking about Big 12.
That Big 12, yeah. That was lit at night. Yeah. We went there fucked up that night, and I was just fucked up, and I didn't know what was going on. It was packed.
You might be thinking about Harpo's, because Harpo's got the top level, the middle level.
Yeah, it's got 3 levels.
That's Harpo's.
That place is nice. I went there fucked up. That was the first time I met you guys. I was like, Columbia is too much for me. I don't know how you guys handled that through college and shit. What was it like getting through it? I know you guys love the life, so.
It's crazy because my experience was kind of different, because I guess I pledged a fraternity my freshman year, but I didn't end up living in house till I was a senior in college. So it was just, it was weird for me, man, but it was fun. That was the main thing, was like, initially right off the bat, you gotta know, you're like, I gotta get my shit done, or else I ain't gonna be here no more. It was just very simple. It was like, man, this is fun. I'm having a good time. Been like,
did you and Jace go together?
No, I didn't go to Mizzou.
Where'd you go?
I dropped out.
Dropped out?
Yeah, I went to community college for like 2 years, and
I'm in that point right now in my life, dude.
Yeah, called it quits. So.
Dude, it's just like community college too. You realize that you're putting money into people that don't really even give a fuck. Right. Like, it's just like to keep their things afloat and get more students and shit. It's not like it's benefiting you. That's why if I'm gonna go to college, I'm gonna go to university. You know what I mean? Especially being an athlete and going to play JUCO ball, and then the COVID happened, and it's like I was supposed to be at D1 a year ago. I'm taking 2 steps back, so it's like, man, fuck all that. Fuck all that.
But yeah, Jace was living down at with us in Columbia, like while we were there.
So were you just working?
Yeah. I was trying to go to Mizzou for a while, but after like 6-7 months, I was like, yeah, this just can't happen. So.
You start making money, bro. It's just like there's more shit to life than all that. I'd rather have a check every weekend.
100%.
Do that and work my pod and shit.
That's the thing, is like sometimes I go back and look at it, I'm like, man, I'm glad that I got an engineering degree, because like if I would have went back and like got just like a business degree or something, I'd be kind of stressing. So I'd be like, fuck, man, like, now I'm in all this debt, and like, now I don't know.
What's the difference between Columbia and St. Louis?
That's a good question. I'd say the biggest difference is like Columbia is more of like just college kids, whereas more like St. Louis, you come back and it's kind of just like a mix of everybody.
So you gotta like watch what you do more. Or?
Not necessarily. We still have fun out in the bars in St. Louis. So
it's like Columbia is like built around Mizzou. You know
what I mean?
Like that town thrives off the campus, and like without Mizzou, Columbia would be
nothing. Because Columbia College ain't
bunch
really
of
popping.
hippies.
Columbia College ain't really popping. But if you look at Soulard though, it's like a little town built just into St. Louis, and you guys got everything right here. Downtown's right there.
Oh, yeah.
You can go to the county and do whatever. Illinois is right there, so it's pretty.
That was the best part about getting the golf cart, is we can just fucking whip that down to Soulard, whip it to downtown.
You guys enjoy Mardi Gras right here?
Dude, last year, it was weak because of COVID and everything, but like
the year before it was cold though.
Yeah, the year before it was it was lit. That year we came down. That was actually my first time being to Mardi Gras. And shit, I was 22. I might have been still been 21, but that was when I was like, this is actually a real party. And I'm hoping this year it's legit like it was. Because, they canceled the parade and everything. They didn't even have a parade.
Right. So being Jace, how old are you?
24.
24. We're all the same age.
Yep.
So being our age in life and shit, we all probably at this point of our life, we got roommates and shit. What's the what do you guys wake up and think like? You guys wake up and like have, I wouldn't say that midlife crisis question, but you guys wake up and like, damn, what the fuck do I want to do in like a year or two? You know what I'm saying? Or like, do you just feel like you're in the same motion ever, or you got more to do, or you're just enjoying like right now, or are you looking for a girl to do the next level with, or?
For sure. I think that we have at least like another year or two doing what we're doing now.
Right.
So I don't know that the pressure's set on yet. Maybe like closer to like when we sign our last lease, I guess. Which none of us really know when the last one's gonna be. Year after year, but. Once that actually gets set and we have like, hey, like this is the last year we're living here, at the end of this lease, like we're all leaving, that's when it really starts setting, like, hey, like what am I gonna do after this? Like you said, like the girl thing,
Dude, the girl thing's big, man, in life.
Oh, 100%. It's like, you meet a lot of girls like throughout your days, and it's like, there's a few like, oh, like, I can see myself with her and that, but like, I still haven't met that girl that eventually I would be like, man, like, shit, you moving where? Shit, I guess I'm moving too. You know what I mean? Like,
you know what I mean? Like, we're guys, like, sex is cool and shit, but you come across some girls, you're like, damn, like, she's interested. You know what I mean? Like, you want to put some time into. So, I've never been in a rush to settle that. And then you got people, I don't know if it's like that with your guys' friends, but people where I live, like, marrying at 18, 21, getting divorced a year later, and it's just like, because you're rushing. I'm just not in a rush for shit.
That's one thing is I'm never going to be rushing into getting married or nothing like that, you know what I mean? Because I guess today it's like what, like the divorce rate for marriages is like 52,
it's high.
4%. Like,
it's high
of all marriages. Like
our generation is different too. Like girls nowadays, you'll get a girl that she just want to fuck on you and not want nothing more, and then you might want something more, and it's just like you got to play that distance. And you know what I'm saying? The world's just weird nowadays. Like I had a girl, she was telling me one of my friends was calling her on her phone. It popped up like I know him. So I was like, what's up with that? I don't care. But she was like, I'm just kind of out here doing whatever. I'm like, what? Like, you know what I mean?
You were like,
but if we were doing that, it'd be a problem. Right. You know what I'm saying? If we were just out doing whatever, and you know how we move. But it's just like, damn, you try to settle down, you're never the good guy. So I'm just like doing me. So I just wanted to ask you guys that because I feel like 24 is that hard age, man. It's just kind of like
no, 100%. It's like that's the thing is I feel like a lot of people like set timelines for themselves, but in reality, everybody's got a different timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, you know what I mean? It's like Morgan Freeman, like he didn't start acting in big movies till he was like 55.
Right.
I mean, so imagine his progression in his life from when he was like 20 to 30, or he was probably 29. He was like, man, like I'm probably never gonna make any money. He probably wasn't thinking that because clearly he had some kind of goal in mind. But just that saying like the timeline kind of thing, it's like everyone's got different timelines.
Right.
Everyone's gonna experience success at different points in their life. You know what I mean?
I feel that. We'll get off that. We'll go back to the little Swervinn talk like that. We're just getting warmed up. NFL, week 8, big topic. Last week was fucking crazy. Parlay, they got these boys in here got me on the parlays and shit. It's just fucking interesting. The hype is real. I was doing it like for free on like a poker thing and shit, and
like a pick 'em, like just picking the line.
Yeah, just picking them, and you could do like money line and shit, but it wasn't for no real money. Just learn how to read odds and shit. Right. And I was like, when I first came hung out with you guys, like, yeah, we do this all the time. I was like, fuck, yeah, that shit's hype, bro. And it just makes sports so much interesting to watch. Why do you guys buy into that a lot? And like, how do you know your pick is like?
Like whenever you bet, like if you win your first bet, like that's when you get hooked. It's like once you win your first like real big bet, and you're like, man, I can tell the future.
We always joke around with Jace. We call him the Oracle. We're like, oh, because he was on a hot streak a couple weeks ago, just winning and winning. And like that's the thing about sports betting is like in college, it was like I was on one of my buddy's books, and it was like
When'd you guys start?
Ooh, I'd say probably about 3 years ago.
2019 is when 2018, 2019 is when I started like betting like kind of whatever, and then 2019 was when I really was gambling. Like, you'll catch yourself sitting there at 7 p.m. you watching, a McNeese State basketball game. You got McNeese State -8. Right. You know what I mean? Like you up in there jumping up and down about McNeese State up by 6 with like 10 seconds left, and you like shoot. You know what I mean?
What was your guys' biggest hurt in a bet? Like biggest heartache?
Oh man, Buffalo when they lost to Tennessee on Monday night.
Damn.
2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was they were the last leg. I had Buffalo money line. It was $20 to win $450.
Damn, that's still like, yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, so that one kind of hurt, but yeah, that's the beauty of sports betting, man. Like that's why you do it, you know.
My friend told me the other day though, because I just do the $10 bets for like grands. Like I try to hit them leg parlays, and he's like, well, if you look at it, man, like you got 200 more, like you got so many tries to lose $2,000. So he's like, keep trying, and like you're just a couple games away. It's just like, fuck. It's just like, fuck. What was your biggest heartache, Jaco?
My biggest heartache, I'll literally never forget this. I think it was only like, we put like $50 on like an NHL parlay. It was like 3 teams, and it was the Canadians and Calgary were the last team to hit. And I had the...
Was it like over?
No, it was Canadians versus Calgary, and I had Canadians money line. And it was 2-2 in the end of the third period, and dude, with like a minute left, the Canadians scored. And we start going crazy. We're like, let's fucking go, like Canadians. Dude, they review it, they take it back because it was goalie interference. They said when it was a bullshit call.
Damn.
Like, there's no doubt it was a bullshit call. So it ends up going to 2-2 into OT. Calgary wins in OT.
Oh my god!
Because like going from being like, oh, I just won, you know, the last leg of the parlay, I just won $200 to being like, you know, from winning all the way back to losing. So that's like a $250 swing, you know.
I feel that. I haven't touched into like hockey and shit. No, I almost touched the UFC last night, but I feel like UFC is a sport that can, you know, one knockout, you know, you go extra round. I feel like it's just, and it's hard to pick that every fight's gonna go to the distance when, you know, like Chandler and fucking Gaethje, like you would think that, but Gaethje can knock fucking Chandler out in the light.
That's
you know?
The thing about the UFC is that one punch can end the fight, and so that's what moves the odds down. You know what I mean? It's like, was Usman gonna beat Covington? It was like, man, it's like I would bet a lot of money.
I told you second round. I was fucking god.
Yeah, and it was so close. And that's the thing is that Covington is nice.
Yeah,
like he's got a chin, and he proved last night that he's definitely worth. And like, hey, Usman even said, he goes, that's the #1 contender in the division, and that's respect right there. You know, after the fight, because like they don't like each other, and you know what I mean. There's a difference between not liking someone and respecting someone.
Right.
And I mean, shit, I had a bunch of money on all the fights. I ended up being even because I had a bunch of money on like some early like
the prelims.
Yeah.
You do that?
Yeah.
No, I don't do that. What's your favorite sport to bet on, Jace?
Sport to bet on?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely football.
Football?
Yeah.
Is basketball more?
Oh man, basketball to me is just so unpredictable.
Yeah.
It's like with the spreads and like teams only need to win by 1 in basketball. Like that's the thing with football is like, you know, you got teams that are just significantly better, and like they're just not gonna, like the games aren't gonna be within, you know, 3 or 4 points. So
right.
I feel like the spreads are easier to bet in football, but yeah, basketball to me is just so unpredictable. I do bet it, but I'm just gonna do it. So
would you give some starting bettors some tips? 2 tips.
Don't always go for the favorite. Don't be afraid to throw an underdog in there, especially in the NBA, man. Especially in the NBA, because you can get some teams at just such a good, like a plus money. Like the other night it didn't hit, but I took Sacramento versus the Jazz at plus 300 just because like whatever you put on there is 3 times your money. Like,
right.
You know, I honestly didn't
for some small change.
Yeah, and like they were in it to the very end. Like it came down to the last 2 minutes of the game. So like if I can have a plus 300 underdog be in the game the last 2 minutes, like that's all you can ever ask
right.
for. Because like you're supposed to get blown out.
For sure.
But yeah, I would say my #1 advice for someone who's getting into sports betting would be to pick a unit and to stay consistent in what you're doing. And so my unit is $25. You know what I mean? Like that's like
weekly.
So yeah,
or like per betting thing.
So like you pick your unit and then you pick how many units you like that bet for. You know what I mean? So it'd be like I put 3 units on this because I'm confident in it. You know, and like today I put 1 unit on Cowboys first half -6, which that got blown out the water. But it's like, you know, I was like, I'm 1 unit confident that, you know, if it's like,
that's why you need the Patriots.
If I like a game more, then I put 2 units on it, so I'm putting $50 on it. And it's like me and Jace kind of got different strategies because I'm a big straight bet kind of guy. So like today I put like 3 different straight bets in, and then like a 1 unit parlay with like all the teams that I had straight betted. But Jace is more of like a consistent parlay kind of guy. So like he'll bet, you know, 20 on 3-team parlays, but he keeps betting 20 or 40 on 3-team parlays, so it ends up coming out consistent. Because if you start getting crazy with, all right, I'm just gonna bet, you know, $70 on this, $30 on this, you kind of gotta get a system in your head with how much you want to bet and how confident you are in the bet.
So would you say if you're close, say if you're putting 5 leg parlays in and you're hitting 3 of the 5, should you always maybe single bet that game to get your money back?
You talking about hedging?
Yeah.
So Me and Jace talk about this all the time because Jace is always like, he's like, Jaco, he's like, should I cash this out? Like, should I cash it out? And this is my thing is like most of the time when you're in that scenario, let's say you hit 3 out of 5, the reason you placed that bet was for, so like, I would say a more hedge is like if you're 4 out of 5. So like if you hit 4 out of 5, and let's say the 5th game's that Sunday night game.
A good game, like a good game, not no bullshit.
Right,
game.
yeah. You put 20 to win 400. And so if your team wins that night, you win 400, then it's like, okay, well, if I put, let's say you bet on the underdog. So now it's like, well, I could put, 200 on the favorite, and I'm either going to win 200 no matter what. So you can be like, I'm definitely going to win 200 today, or I got a chance to win 400. And so it's kind of like what you want to pick. And sometimes it is smart. Like if you want to get that guaranteed money, let's say you got hurt yesterday and you're like, man, I need some guaranteed money. Boom. Then you go hedge it. Now you're making, 220 or 180 either way. But you just don't want to put yourself in a scenario to where you're taking your odds away from you. You know what I mean? Like if
kind of like I put that $10 bet in on the cup thing, but I put in a 10 leg for 50, and won double the money.
Yeah, just like that. But because sometimes it's really smart, and like people who, like handicappers and stuff that be betting all the time, like they will hedge their bets like that because it's guaranteed money, especially if you put $10,000 on a 3-game parlay. And
that's insane to me.
The first 2 hit, and that's the thing is like, so let's say the last leg you had was a favorite. You know what I mean? Then that's where you would want to hedge because that's where your odds are. Because I can put $100 on the underdog, and if they win, I get 300 from that. But if the favorite wins, like I planned it, so I get 400. You know what I mean? So I'm either making 300 or I'm making 200.
Are you guys a money line guy or like? I'm not really. I don't understand. I do understand the -8 and plus shit, but like, do you feel like that hits more than the money line sometimes?
The spread's definitely harder to bet against the money line, in my opinion. But
is that why it pays out higher?
Yeah, absolutely. But in my opinion, it's worth it. Once you start betting for a while and you can kind of get your legs under you, I guess you should say. And it's just one of those things, man. That you're just trying to tell the future. So there's really no bad or good way to do it.
Right.
But, I'd be smart with it. Never bet anything you can't lose.
Right.
That's basically that's the number one advice.
Don't be like my grandma told me. Don't be going to the casino if you don't got it. Like
right. And that's the same thing in sports betting. Is because man, like that should have ripped your heart out, bro. Like you got $100 on the game and you got $300.
Bro, yeah.
Bro,
$10 hurts on a parlay, a big parlay. It's $10 hurts on a bit like $2,000 parlay. I can imagine putting 100 or 10 grand on something.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is when I first started betting in college, I would bet a lot of college basketball. And
did you watch it a lot though?
Oh yeah. I mean, we would watch it all the time. I mean, that was right before COVID first hit. So like when that March Madness got canceled, like dude, I was so excited for that March Madness. I was like, I've been watching this shit all year. But my buddy James Penn, he always told me in any college sports that we'd be betting on, he would go, Jaco, he would say, you are betting on 18-year-old kids. He'd say, you remember you when you were 18? I would always be like, that's right. I mean, you're betting on 18 to 20-year-old kids. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, if you're gonna get mad,
yeah.
So, and that's the thing is that's the craziest part about college basketball is any team can go up and upset anybody,
right?
Because they're 18 to 20-year-old kids hooping, and that's honestly the coolest part is when you can pick a big underdog and still have a chance, at the end of the game down 2. I like that because in football you kind of get a feel for who's going to win the game kind of early. And, like, they're swings.
Seeing weeks before and shit.
But basketball, I mean, you can make a 15-point run at the end of the game. I mean, you down 20 in the fourth quarter like Cowboys are right now.
Do you guys think Vegas has something to do with all these key players catching COVID?
No, I don't think that Vegas has anything to do with it. But, I mean...
It's just weird to me, like, the timings and then the odds, like, fucking simulate, like...
Nobody's ever smarter than Vegas. I don't know who Vegas has making their lines for them, but I think they just take the best bettors and convince them like, hey, we'll pay you to make the lines for us. You know what I mean? Like, you've taken how much money from us, blah, blah, but we get you on our team because that's what all the sports books do. Like, they follow the lines in Vegas, literally. Like, that's exactly what they do. Like, every casino in Vegas, MGM, when their lines move, everyone tails, and they're on the same path because.
It's a crazy game, bro.
What the hell they're talking about.
The gambling game's crazy. Like, it's different from blackjack or going to hit on roulette.
Because it's everything. You can bet on anything.
Mm-hmm. The Super Bowl, you guys told me the Super Bowl.
You can walk up and you can be like, I want Christian McCaffrey 2 touchdowns, over 86 yards. I want Joe Burrow under.
You can go cash all that in your own bet.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
that's crazy.
You walk up because that's the thing is you just walk up with like a notebook. You're like, I'll give me this. You want that parlay? You're like, no, give me this single.
Bam.
And it's like in Vegas, it's crazy.
Have you guys been to Vegas?
No, I've never been.
I've been twice. We were there during March Madness in 2018. It was 2018, and that shit was nuts.
What's your guys? Some more football talk. What's your guys? 2 teams you like in the NFC, 2 teams you like in the AFC to.
NFC, definitely the Rams. Rams in Tampa Bay, I guess.
Who wins that division? I think that'll obviously be the championship. Who wins?
Rams.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, I have $100 bet on the Rams.
Already?
Yeah. So,
God damn.
Yeah, so I'm. It might be biased, but in my humble opinion, the Rams are looking amazing.
So do you have to? So like a bet like that, if you cash that in like the week before, don't move, right?
What's that? How do you mean?
On the eye you take.
So you can't cash in a future bet.
Oh.
Yeah,
So because you could hedge it, like I was saying earlier. So let's say Jace had Rams to win the Super Bowl. They get to the Super Bowl and they're playing, whoever from the AFC, Chiefs. Then he could bet on the Chiefs some money on the money line to make sure that he was definitely going to make some money. But at that point, you picked him to win.
You might as well ride or die.
You know what I mean? You've had it all year. I
feel that.
But
who do you got from the AFC? You got Rams too, Jacob? NFC?
I was gonna say the Cowboys, but after today, shit, we haven't even.
That's one game. They were.
I feel like scored a point. That's my team.
I feel like they do that for views, make somebody lose sometime, make a game good.
My team coming out of the NFC.
I don't think games are fixed, but I
like the Rams. I think for me to keep the Bucks out is crazy. So the Bucks, I gotta do Bucks and Cowboys because those are the top 2. I think. But if the Rams made it, I wouldn't be shocked at all.
AFC.
The Ravens are looking good.
Yeah, they do look good.
I don't know. The AFC is going to.
People say the Bills so fast. I'm like, their D so wishy washy.
Yeah.
They're tied 6-6 going into the fourth quarter right now.
Yeah,
with
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
It's literally like I was talking to Jace, and there's I was looking at this chart. It's like Josh Allen's QBR per week, and it's going up, down, up. It's just you don't know what Josh Allen you're gonna get, and if you get that top tier Josh Allen at his A game, yes, the Bills are gonna come out the AFC if that Josh Allen shows up to the playoffs. Regardless, because the Chiefs' defense doesn't. The Bills' defense is nice.
I think the Bills could use a key running back in a couple of defensive trades, and they'd be nice contenders. But I think they're wishy-washy to cash in on right now. I don't know who I got. I got the Rams NFC for sure. AFC, I like the Ravens. I think they just need to learn how to fucking win week to week.
I just think that it's going to come down to Lamar if he can pass the ball.
Yeah.
Because teams know he's going to run, and they have to stop in the playoffs, and most teams do. So it's just going to depend on if he can pass the ball this year.
Yeah, Jace is totally right. If the Ravens can come in and pass the ball efficiently and pass for over 250 a game, because that's all they really need. You're passing for over 250.
Then it opens the run.
Right.
Yeah.
Look, you hit a couple daggers over top, take the pressure off, boom. That's when you start cutting.
Steelers are good too, though. Not going to lie.
Their defense is good, but Big Ben can't move. So
yeah.
I wouldn't believe in that offense at all.
He's so immobile, but
playoffs.
I'm a big fan of Mike Tomlin. So if the Steelers would never shock me in anything they did, just because I like Mike Tomlin. You know what I mean? I think he's the second best coach in the league to Belichick.
No, I feel like I was gonna ask some. It was NFL. What was it? What was I talking about? Fucking forgot. We'll come back to it. Oh yeah, OBJ. What team do you think he can factor that could fucking?
Everybody's saying Green Bay, which wouldn't be a bad move, but I don't know. I think a team like KC could also.
Oakland.
The New England Patriots.
Oakland with the rug situation.
New England Patriots are going to pick up Odell Beckham Jr.
You think so?
The New England Patriots.
Dude, I would hate that.
Yeah, I don't think Bill.
Not with Tom there. He ain't going.
Yeah.
He ain't going to another situation that's gonna fucking cost him.
Right.
He's on the brink of wishy-washy.
He basically came out today and said that he wasn't going to a team that's not a contender. And he was basically said that he was going to cause problems on any team. I was like, it's like, come on, dude. How you going to say that? It's because he saw Detroit was that #1 waiver, and he was like,
hell no.
He goes to Detroit.
I would retire.
Hey, I was literally just going to say, you go to Detroit, you got to retire.
Yeah, they trying that nigga. Nah, you can't do that.
I just don't understand, man. I don't know if Baker and him had beef, but it truly does blow my mind that he was not even relevant.
Baker Mayfield's not good at football.
Sometimes he's way better throwing to other people. I swear to God.
He's just not, dude. He's just not he's not a top tier quarterback to me.
No,
I would take Derek Carr over Baker Mayfield.
And by top tier, you mean like top 10 in the league?
Yeah, like right now.
Oh
yeah.
no, he's not top 10.
They make the playoffs and lose.
He's top 15, but he ain't top 10.
He ain't leading that team to beat the Chiefs.
These Chiefs that I've been seeing, potentially.
Dude, their defense is butt.
Their run defense is bad, and
their offense is bad too. Like teams know just to double team Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce and just make it.
They need to take Sorensen out.
Yeah, I mean,
they need to take Sorensen. Oh yeah,
he's got to come out the game. It's got to anybody but him.
But I mean, you got Hilaire hurt too, though, Jace. You know that takes a lot out of the game. Not like Hilaire is really affecting the offense either, though.
I mean, he is another weapon though, and that does make the more one-dimensional in my opinion without Clyde back there. So. You know, I don't know. It's a long season. They might be able to figure it out. You know, it's still Patrick Mahomes.
The Chargers.
He's a $500 million man for.
I like the Chargers. Me and Jace talking about. We think their defense flaky.
Flaky. They give up 30 a game. They will never win.
Their rush defense is the worst in the league, like statistically. Yeah. So that's.
Yeah. What linebackers do they have to go? Melvin Ingram.
Yeah, that's a
horrible.
I mean, they have players. You know, they still got Bosa too. So like, they have players in the defense, man. But they can't play together. Can
you imagine Leonard from the Colts on the Chargers?
Darius Leonard?
Yeah.
I mean, he's my favorite linebacker.
Yeah, he's nasty.
He's so good.
And I like old boy from the 49ers.'s fire. I like his game. He plays sideline to sideline. And Bobby Wagner.
Yeah,
I mean,
Bobby Wagner. The dude from Oregon, I believe.
Yeah. What's his name? With the dreads? I forgot his name, but yeah, I like linebackers. And, you know, I like Bobby Wagner, not even just being biased Seahawks fan, just consistent. It's hard to be a good linebacker. You know, get 10 to 12 tackles in the game.
Linebacker.
And be healthy.
It's one of the toughest positions on the field, if not the toughest. So
especially just because you got to have that, you got to have the smarts to be able to drop back into coverage. You got to have that hard-nosed ability to come up and fill the hole against these linebackers and, you know, taking on linemen.
And staying healthy. Like, I can't believe Luke Kuechly retired, but it's just, like, crazy to me because he was just so before the game.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, Kuechly's nice.
So nice. Dude, I was looking at the top 50 linebackers, and he wasn't on there.
Luke Kuechly all time?
All time. He was not on the list.
His career was probably just too short then.
Like, I was like, that's retarded.
Yeah, I mean, if guys don't play enough years, you know, sometimes they take that into consideration. So
you think how does Von Miller affect the Rams?
I think it just honestly makes him better. You know, it's just one more guy that knows how to make plays. Whether he makes the plays or not is up for debate.
So my question is, with Aaron Donald, are they going to make him stand up, or is he going to play a true outside?
He's going to play a true outside.
Like Clay Matthews stand up?
They might.
Or are they going to put him down the line?
I think they might put him like.
I think they can mix him.
Yeah.
But if we put him and Aaron Donald side by side down the line, I don't know how you're blocking that.
I don't know how anyone blocks Aaron Donald. Regardless, like you need two people. You have to take
Von Miller, in my opinion.
You have to take two people.
Some people are saying he's washed, but I mean, I think that you know, he's on a good team now, and he knows that. You know, he's already talking about ring chasing, so you know.
Yeah,
he knows their potential. So.
I feel like it's hard to be on Denver and try to play 100%. You know, because you're 4-4. You don't know where you're gonna be.
I mean, and his offense has been putting them in bad positions.
So, you
know, it's hard to make plays like that. So if your offense is setting you up for good field position, that's what you want. So
I feel that 100%. How are your guys' fantasy teams looking? What could you do more right now? You guys thinking of a trade to take? Like I'm thinking about trading Tyreek Hill, Jacobs, fucking somebody else and like two other scrub bench players for Kirk and the bench player for Kamara, Jefferson, and Kenyon Drake. But I already got Cooper Kupp and I got Robert Woods.
I don't think you want
I'm trying to do the hunt. I'm literally trying to get the Rams lined up on my fantasy roster. Besides the fucking tight end.
I mean, yeah, that's what I did in some of my leagues this year. I don't think it's a bad idea.
You got Stafford at quarterback?
Yeah, I got Stafford and Cooper Kupp in 2 leagues. So
see that I think like that's a good stack. Like clearly, like quarterback, wide receiver stacks this year. That's number one. But it's like once you get way more players on one team, you kind of start limiting your fantasy.
I mean, people say that,
ceiling.
but everyone's gonna have a bad week. Like that's the thing is like everyone's like, oh well.
But you try not to have that bad week.
Well, yeah, but no. I'm saying like every player.
Real life.
Individually will have a bad week.
I feel that.
So it's like like if you have one bad week, yeah, it's your quarterback and your wide receiver. But what about on the good weeks? Like on the good weeks, you're fucking balling.
Right.
It's guaranteed ball because you have the quarterback and the wide receiver.
Yeah, I guess the main thing I'd be talking about is target share. I mean, quarterback, wide receiver. I think no, that's good. I'm talking about once you have a quarterback, wide receiver, and then you get the tight end, and then you got the running back, and now it's like just target share.
I wouldn't do 4, but like on a good offense, I wouldn't mind having the running back, quarterback, and wide receiver.
I felt like that's why I couldn't get Stafford. This dude's being a bitch in my league. I love him, but he's being a bitch. Like he wants Cooper Kupp for fucking Stafford. I said you're high, and then he said
no.
Yeah, so I traded Patterson and fucking Jarvis Landry to get Robert Woods just to have that double combo. Yeah, not that fucking Cooper Kupp's had a bad week yet, but if he does, Robert Wood fucking probably fall back second. Yeah. So I don't know. I think Stafford's not going to rely on his tight end as much as Goff did.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty down year for quarterbacks though across the board.
NFL, yeah.
Like even just fantasy wise, I know they're putting up big stat lines in actual life, but in fantasy wise, you're not seeing those guys that are averaging 30 anymore. It seemed like a year or two ago, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, they all definitely averaged 30.
Yeah, I'm grateful for just 2 touchdowns and 150 yards. You know what I mean? That's a good week to me. Get 20. Give me 18, 20.
Yeah.
That's the thing about the quarterback position in fantasy is that there's so many depth-wise. You know what I mean? Like if you're in a 12-team league, then like that's kind of where.
Was that your guys' league? You got 2 quarterbacks?
Yeah.
God, that was so.
It's a house league. It's only an 8-team league.
Yeah.
But
God, it's crazy. I've never seen something like that.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, there's leagues nowadays that they're talking about that it's only like no running backs. I saw. Yes, there's a league that they talk about no running backs, and it's all
receiver.
Yes, and so like you're getting down, and apparently why a bunch of people like it is because you got your starters that are starting every week. Like let's say for this league, and for example, I got Deontay Johnson, Jared Jeudy, and Emmanuel Sanders, and like this is a 12-team league, so it's like getting stretched out. But like you might get to a week where you starting somebody who's like hopefully he's getting 2 catches. You know what I mean? You're like, man, if he gets the ball twice, like this is a good day for him.
Right.
And so you really get down into the nitty gritty. Like I haven't been in one of those leagues, but
that's crazy.
Because I don't like standard leagues at all. I'm a big PPR guy.
Oh, same.
Yeah, I won't join a standard league anymore. I used to be in one, but we converted it, and I honestly will never go back.
Yeah, you guys would. I think you two would.
It makes it way less interesting, in my opinion. I know it can swing some weeks, and obviously it sucks those guys that are never scoring, but they're just getting a ton of receptions, and they're just as valuable. But in my opinion, it makes it across the board more fair. It just makes it more fun. More points, more fun.
How many leagues you guys in?
5.
God, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I only do 2, 3.
Yeah.
And truly,
that's
why I feel like that's why I can.
Yeah. I was like, eventually you get to a point when you got 6, 7 teams. It's like you got one whole team, and then another whole league. You are playing that same team. You know, it's like.
Oh yeah, you got to play.
Like someone scores, you're like, I don't even know if I'm happy or sad about that.
Exactly.
I got him like I'm playing against him in 2 leagues, and I got him in 1 league. So.
Exactly. That's why I just do my 2 leagues. I do one for big money and one for half the price for guys that don't want to pay the big money. And then when we get to $100 in my big money league, I think we just stop. $1,000 every year.
That's where I cap it at is 100. I mean, eventually.
But if I'm only doing 2 leagues, I'm only spending $150 a year. Like that's good. I mean.
Yeah, I'm in one league that it's pretty expensive. It's a growing pot all year, just depending on a couple different factors. So it's cool. I like it. It's definitely a lot of shit talking. The pot at the end of the year, usually for first place, is like around the 2,000 mark.
Holy fuck!
Yeah.
You paper transaction.
You pay for all types of things. Like every point you lose by, and all types of shit. So
yeah, my Domino's boss, he had a league like that actually. He pays like $400 cash, and to get waivers, they got to pay like real money. They got to pay real money to fucking like pick somebody up on the waiver.
Really?
Like $1 or $2.
Yeah. It's 5. It's 5 for. Oh no. I think it's 2.
And then weekly, I think the lowest scorer of the week has to pay the highest scorer, like Venmo or something.
Yeah. Last place I had to pay $150 just to get back into the league, so it's $150 on top of like probably the $250 to $300 that you pay to get into the league. Yeah,
damn.
It's new this year, so and I'm actually battling for last place right now, so I'm a little worried.
And you better get up out of there.
My team's nice though, bro. Like I just like my receivers. I just made a trade actually. I traded Dalvin Cook away.
That's why I'm trading guys too. I feel like it's that brink of the year where guys are finna turn up, some guys are finna fall, and I feel like guys like Kamara. I feel like he's about to turn up. I feel like you hear about the Phillip Rivers talk with the Saints.
Back and play for the Saints.
Yeah.
I saw that, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
You don't think?
I think if it would have happened, it would already happen.
Dude, they're going to the playoffs. They're not going to ride with.
He got drafted by the Saints.
Yeah, if they make the playoffs, they can't ride with a backup all year. They can't ride with Simeon.
I mean, they don't have any other. They can't put Taysom Hill in. You can't put Taysom Hill in. And
I mean, against
you can pick up Rivers.
The Chargers, I would. Against the bad rushing defense, I definitely would.
I mean, you pick up Rivers, and then how many weeks does it take him to get acclimated to the offense? You know, a couple, 2. I mean, he ain't gonna come in and start next week. No way.
I feel that.
That's my main thing is like how long is it gonna take him to get acclimated to the offense?
Yeah, I feel that. But I feel that. 100%. 2 movies for the people to watch right now.
I have not been watching a lot of movies right now, so it's gonna
there was a movie I watched over quarantine called "Killing Them Softly."
Oh yeah, I like that.
You seen that? Yeah, it's got Brad Pitt in it, and it's like about they like raid that poker game.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
I've seen that. That is a good one on Netflix.
There's no way you could watch that randomly and be like, yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah. What'd you guys do? What'd you pick up on, like a hobby you picked up on during quarantine?
Sports betting.
Just getting better.
Definitely ramped up.
Yeah.
Sports betting. And just more time to watch sports, obviously. So when they resumed, there was that dead period for a while that no one really liked. So during that time, I was kind of just reading more, I guess, or which I kind of stopped that already.
Right. I feel that.
I would say the hobbies that. I mean, one hobby that I picked up during quarantine was drinking. No, I swear to God. We would. I mean, there was nothing to do in Columbia, so we would just.
I mean, you guys always go hard though, but you guys maintain it. Like, you guys get your shit done.
And that was,
celebrate on the weekend.
Basically, there was no like for real school. You know what I mean? Right. It was like everything was online because of COVID, and then we would just buy beer and we just sit on our roof,
Damn,
just up there and chill.
Damn.
I mean, there was probably like 2 months where I was just staying up till 4 a.m. watching movies every night because we had nothing to do the next day.
Damn,
it was stupid, man.
That is.
I didn't like it.
Fuck, I was gonna fucking ask something. I always do that. Oh, you guys watch any podcasts? What's some podcasts you guys watch?
I watch a lot of Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan,
so,
yeah.
Yeah,
I was watching him, but I feel like his guests got kind of.
Yeah, I pick and choose. I'm not a weekly, obviously, Joe Rogan watcher. I kind of let the episodes build up sometimes. Like I'll take a break from listening to some of the episodes, but I just pick out the guys that I know or I'm interested in whatever expert he has on on that particular episode. But yeah, that's one of mine. I listen to a lot of fantasy podcasts too. Like
I need to do that more.
Fantasy Pros. There's another one. I have to look it up.
I listen to the CBS.
The Ringer.
The Ringer. That's a pod.
It's a fantasy football podcast. It's decent.
Who hosts it?
3 guys. DK.
Metcalf.
No.
Oh.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
No, it's.
Fantasy podcast?
I honestly haven't listened to it in a while. I honestly can't remember the dude's names, but it's a pretty decent podcast they got going. So.
What about you, Jaco?
Oh, my number one podcast. I literally listen to every episode. Is Pardon My Take, the Barstool Pardon My Take.
Oh yeah.
It's got Big Cat and PFT Commentator and Jake Marsh, Hank Lockwood, all those. I mean, I think it's freaking hilarious. And they talk about. I mean, they're just trolls. You know what I mean? It's just so funny because they'll just be on there. And I mean, if you follow Big Cat on Twitter, he's just always putting up shit to troll people. And like, there'll be so many people on like online like warriors that'll get pissed off, and he's like, oh, you're new here because I mean, all they do is just fuck around with people.
Right.
But they do have a lot of good guests on there. I mean, they just had Dana White on there. I mean, they got
I love Dana, bro. Yeah. Dana's a good guy.
I mean, they literally have so many guests on there.
Dana's a good guy.
It's crazy.
I feel like the UFC just ran well. I feel like other than matchmaking, Covington's nice, but I feel like
they need to start paying the fighters more.
Yeah, because Dana has that money.
Yes, they have enough money to pay, and that's
they still need to grow the game though a little bit. Fighting.
In what aspect?
But fighting has never especially mixed martial arts has never taken off like boxing ever did. Fighting just in general is not the fan base is not as big as you guys would think.
So how do they? How do you grow MMA? You literally almost go out there and die.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's one of those sports that is just such a particular. You're only catering to a particular group of people that even like to watch fighting. So, but you just need the excitement up. You need the knockouts to go up, which there's really no way to have that. Unless it gets fixed, like wrestling, like WWE,
Bro, I promise I'd rather watch a card than the NBA.
Huh?
I'd rather watch a MMA card than the NBA.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
promise, 100%.
And I guess it's different from
Jace.
Me and Jace coming from like I guess we grew up in the same place. But I'm saying like like I was a wrestler and it was like my whole family was wrestlers like, and so even in high school and earlier like when the UFC was like kind of for real taking off.
Are you wrestling in high school?
Yeah, but that was we talked about that all the time. That was something that we talked about and we watched because wrestling was involved in. There's a lot of good UFC fighters that are wrestlers.
Right.
I mean like that was their But,
bro, I feel like it would be hard to be a wrestler and just go and try to start kicking and punching,
Oh, 100%.
And still maintain being good at wrestling.
Some people have that natural ability, Like they're just natural strikers. And I think that's what MMA, they'll go out and sort those people out, It was like Kamaru Usman, he was a D2 wrestling champ. He was a D2 wrestling champ.
Right.
And
at Iowa? Covington?
No.
Oh, Covington wrestled at Iowa.
Yeah. But Covington wrestled too, and he was a D1 wrestler. I don't know what D2 school that Usman wrestled for, but I know he was a D2 champ. But it's like him, Brock Lesnar at Ohio State, and I mean, there's just a lot of guys.
Who's your right now in the game? Who's your top 2 pound fighters?
Definitely Usman. After last night, I mean, he's won 15 in a row. I mean, he's literally 2 away from the record of all time. So, pound for pound, he's got to be the best fighter in the UFC right now.
Yeah,
he looked so dominant last night.
It's definitely
his face looked like perfect after the fight.
Hear this take: Poirier beats out. I'm speaking future. Poirier beats Oliveira.
Okay.
Poirier beats Oliveira. Comment back to 7 months ago. Poirier was talking about how he hates cutting weight. He would love to fight at 170. I think he moves up and takes the Usman belt.
No, Poirier can't be Usman.
What?
John is our neighbor. He's a big Poirier guy, so he would probably side with you and be like, "Yeah, I think that's gonna happen." But I don't think he can.
Bro, you don't think fighting at your natural weight, you're just stronger?
No, I do think you're stronger, but there's a certain point to where I think that Usman's
never been taken down, so strength, honestly, in my opinion.
He's never been taken down.
It wouldn't even come into a factor.
But Poirier would need that. Poirier can bang that out, scrap.
I think taken down ever in any of his fights.
I think that Usman would try to take him down and control him on the ground.
And Poirier has great jiu-jitsu.
Right.
So what are you saying? You don't think they could scrap it out?
On the ground, Usman would destroy
him. So you think it would go to distance? Usman would win?
I think
decision?
Usman would knock him out.
He would knock him out?
Yeah.
Poirier.
Yes.
He almost had the knockout last night. He was close, man. Twice.
I called second round. I texted Jacob right before the fight.
Was that the second? I thought that was the third.
It was the second. It literally almost went down.
Yeah, he was almost toast after that. But I mean, he actually finished the fight extremely strong. I think he actually made it, a little bit closer towards the end. So
does Oliveira beat?
Shout out Colby for that.
Yeah, it was a good fight. It was a good fight. Jacob was telling me, man, Colby, he has a chance. I was like, man, that bone. But he showed me last night. He only lost 3 fights. That's crazy. That's crazy. He's only like 3 fights. I didn't know that. I really haven't watched his fights.
About Covington?
Yeah.
And 2 of them are to Usman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So he really lost 1.
He's tough as nails, dude.
He really lost 1. Oliveira or Poirier in December?
Poirier.
I mean, Poirier's got a fight next weekend, I think.
No, Holloway.
Oh,
yeah. Holloway's fighting Rodriguez.
Is that the rematch? No, that rematch should be Volkanovski. Does he have the belt?
You talking about Volkanovski?
Yeah, he has the belt.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Volk's got the belt right now.
Well, the last time Max Holloway fought and he lost that fight, that was bullshit. Fucking ass.
He whipped his ass and then they ended up still.
Dude, that was fuck. I was so pissed. But Holloway's gonna win. I like Oliveira though. He's nice. His ground game is stupid. Stupid.
Yeah, I mean, that last fight, I literally thought that Chandler was gonna knock him out, and then he came back and choked his ass out.
The Baltimore's winning.
They just scored a touchdown. Le'Veon Bell just ran a touchdown then.
Well, fuck the Bengals.
Let's go.
No parlay hit. I'm gonna fucking place another one for the evening games. Let's get some Swervinn Q&A.
Bro, let's do it.
What's something you wish you guys had more time to do?
Something I wish I had more time to do. That's a good question. I'd say honestly golf. I wish I had more time. Like if I could golf, like 2-3 times a week, like I would. You know what I mean? But it's just
golf's that shit.
I would want to golf more if I was better at golf.
Well, you gotta golf more.
It's an expensive habit too.
Yeah.
Golf's an expensive game.
until you find that course you're just like nice with, like you're maintaining with that's nice, bro. It's only fucking costs $20 at Golf 9 at the Highlands.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, if I'm golfing, I'm golfing 18. I don't like golfing 9. I like golfing.
I mean, you're just going to get some practice in. I truly practice, bro. I'll go to the par 3 like 3 times a week, pay $15 just to get some strokes. It's better sitting in the house.
Oh, 100%. I mean,
so that's what I would do. I don't know what I would take more time to do. Yeah, probably golf. I love golf. I only started playing like 3 months ago. What's something you would like? You absolutely don't give a fuck you're doing. You'll make time for it.
Something that I like, no matter what. I'm always stretching.
Stretching?
Stretching.
Literally
stretching. I stretch every day.
You stretch before bed? Like you hop into bed, or you stretch when you get out the bed?
Most time I'll stretch like when I get home from work. You know what I mean? Or like after a workout and stuff. You gotta stretch.
I feel that.
Healing.
Why you, Jace?
Probably smoke weed.
Yeah. Same.
I always, if I got shit to do, I always get it done. But I definitely, definitely always find time to smoke.
Bro, saying like, and most people don't get that. Like, I'm a fucking productive smoker. Like, if I'm not, you don't want to talk to me if I'm not smoking.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't stand people. I'm just short. Like, I'm just a fucking crab. We loud as that shit. So, I feel.
Josh just fumbled. Jesus Christ, those are fucking garbage.
All the bets are fucked.
Yeah,
what else? Oh, if you guys are stranded on an island right now, what's 5 music albums you're taking?
I wrote this one down. I got this. So I picked.
One of them's got to be "Stay Trippy" by Juicy J. That's one of the most complete albums of all time.
That's hit. I never heard
that's
that.
A good one. That one's not on my list, but it should be on my list because
that's honestly like track by track. It's one of the best albums.
Yeah, me and shit, we listen.
No Trippy, no Wiz Khalifa. No Juicy J, no Wiz Khalifa.
Oh, Juicy J's my favorite rapper.
Yeah,
Juicy and Wiz are some of his top guys.
I definitely have to go old school with at least one of them.
What's your first one, Jacob?
I would say, my first one is Institution, Kodak Black.
Oh, dude.
Because when I first heard that album in 2015, I was like, because my buddy, he's like, Kodak Black, and I was like, what the hell is that? Now he's my favorite rapper, and so it's like when I go back to that album, there's 12 or 15 songs that I know every single word to. That was young Kodak. He was 18. Me and Kodak are the same age, so it was like when he's rapping, I'm like, this dude is 18 years old. I'm like same age as me, and he's just comes from a totally different background than me. But it's like I love rap music, so it's like.
My college roommates were from Florida, so it was dope to get that scene of things.
Shout out Isaac Moore for showing me that album in 2015.
Hey, Jace, we toss me that lighter. What's your guys' second album?
Can I get into that?
Oh, for sure.
My second album.
Well, you're not a blunt guy, so.
Yeah, no, but I want to hit that one.
He said he'll make an excuse for this.
You gotta call me out like that on the podcast.
Well, I got the people. I know people that truly smoke papers. That's cool. I would say being a smoker, I'm gonna get to that point in my life sometime, but I just roll a good pearl.
Yeah,
so
you just like the nicotine buzz too.
Cause I don't vape, I don't hit fucking jewels and shit.
My second album would be Pax by Burner.
Haven't heard that.
Bro, I'm gonna have to send you a bunch of Burner.
You fuck with Burner? Someone last night asked, my guy, my plug. He was like, you fuck with Burner? I was like, bro, I just follow him on Instagram because the Burner cooking and shit. But
he's my second favorite.
He's got that stoner flow for sure, but he's lyrically a genius. So
dog, and it's like all of his beats and everything. It's just good vibes, good energy, good vibes. I'll send you my Burner. I have a playlist. It's all Burner songs.
Bet.
Literally, I probably
Burner's a chill ass dude on Instagram. So
he actually just got diagnosed with cancer.
What?
Yeah. So, but his mom died from cancer, and so he got the early screenings done and everything. So he's catching it in the early stage. But
it has to be a fucking family thing then.
Yeah, it's definitely family. But he just got diagnosed with it. So,
damn,
he just started. But he's finishing up his next album. And he still looks good and everything, but I think he caught it in a very early stage. Because he's got a lot of money. Because he owns Cookies, the brand Cookies.
Yeah. That's why I fuck with Burner.
Yeah. Oh, dude, and he's got so many songs that are legitimately nice. And that album in total. There's one song in it called "Fork in the Road" where he talks about his mom dying from cancer and how he's worried that he might get it one day, and he's like, I just hope I go quick when it's my time to go. But now he's got it, and it's fuck, dude,
damn.
You know what I mean? He was saying, I'd rather fucking get hit with a bullet than fucking get some cancer.
What's yours, Jace?
What's that? Top 5 albums?
No, second. You can shoot your 5.
Shoot my 5. Don't put me on the spot like that. But let me for 2. I can't put Juicy J in there, man, because the mixtape might have to be in there too. Blue Dream and Lean 2.
Ooh,
Juicy J. Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Hey,
the
like,
Blue Dream and Lean 2.
Hey.
On the podcast.
Hey, seriously, man, like, I've listened to that album so many times through in the gym, man. Like, for some reason, like, it just gives me motivation, and you know, it makes me expect things of myself that maybe I wouldn't have without the album. So
you're big.
Shout out Juicy J for the motivation, honestly, man. That's he's been big for my.
Are you if you had to pick Juicy or Wiz, you'd probably pick Juicy.
Juicy J,
yeah.
sure.
Me and Jace have been listening to Juicy.
Yeah.
Forever.
I mean, Lil Wayne too. I mean, I might have to throw Lil Wayne album in there.
I would say another one for me.
The Carter 4.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The 3 is my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
I would say Nothing Was the Same.
Yeah. Everyone takes that. Everyone takes that. Yeah.
If I'm going on, like, the question was if I'm going on an island and I got 5 albums, and it's like, and I was thinking about this. I was like, man, if I took that album, it's like you're out there sitting by yourself and you listening to Too Much. You like, man, am I ever gonna get rescued on this damn island? Like,
you're only out there a month.
You'd be so sad with that album.
You're only out there a month.
Oh, it's only a month.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know you're getting rescued.
Yeah.
It's like if you don't know you're getting rescued, you're out there listening.
It's like a month
Drake,
getaway. Yeah.
You might get suicidal out there on that island. you sit there, you listen to the fucking whole Nothing Was the Same album. You're gonna be like, think about every girl you with. You like, wait, when's the last time I saw a girl? It's like in that movie. Lonely. Oh, in Castaway when like he makes the ball.
Oh
like,
yeah,
the
yeah.
ball's his friend. What's the name? Wilson. Yeah. It's literally the name of the.
I told everyone I always take Watch the Throne.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Easy.
That's one of my favorites.
Wow. That's like what, 2013?
Yeah, I was in middle school when Watch the Throne came out though, and like re-listening to it as fucking being 21 to 24, you're just like, damn, bro, I was that young loving this shit, and I didn't even know what the fuck I was really listening to.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Kanye's a go to me.
I would say another one would be Not All Heroes Wear Capes.
Oh yeah.
Metro.
Dude, when that came out, my boy G Hop, he said, what do you think about that album? I said, that could be a potential album of the year, bro. People sleep.
It
on
is
that
so
shit.
good. I was looking at it because when you texted me the question, I looked at it and I was like scrolling up and down, and I was like, man, this has got all bangers on here, like from top to bottom, just
gang outside, hang. Dude, that's that shit. I be playing UFC.
Both the songs of Sway Lee, Sunflower.
Oh yeah.
And then the other.
Naturally, Sway Lee has the best vocals in the game.
Dude, so my buddy Isaac, his dad is actually the manager for Ray Strummer.
Really?
And
Is Isaac from St. Louis?
Yeah.
Dude, so listen to this. So back when I was rapping, me and my boy Micah, we used to go to Fat Buddha downtown. It's downtown in St. Louis. And we had a studio session booked in B, and A's like a nice ass studio, bro. And this is the first time we ever went there, and fucking there was big ass black Escalades there and shit. And our producer, for safety reasons, he couldn't tell us who was in the studio until they left. It was fucking Ray Shrimmer, bro, in the studio, right next door.
That's crazy.
And I was like 18. I was like, God, dude.
Dude, when I was in Vegas for the first time, we were walking into Caesar's pool at Caesar's Palace. If you ever go to Vegas, you have to go to Caesar's Palace. Dude, you walk out into the pool, and it literally is like...
Is that where that big screen TV and shit is?
No, there might be like a TV or something on the... I was looking at other things. But when I walked in, Slim Jimmy walked out. Oh, wow. That might be game right there.
Saints just scored. And the Falcons...
Everyone lost
that. When I walked into the pool, Slim Jimmy was walking out, like on FaceTime with like somebody, and I was like, and like it was
by himself.
Sure. Yeah, he was by himself. I mean, it looked like they were in the pool, and like he was like walking out.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was go for 2 right here.
But that's how it is in Vegas, though. You'll just see like famous people.
What's your guys' last 2 to 3 albums?
So I think I had 2 left. What were they? Drip or Drown 2.
Oh. Yes.
That one. I mean, I was thinking, I was like maybe 1, and I was like Drip or Drown 2.
1 is nice.
Drip or Drown 2 is better than 1.
I hope hopefully his next album's gas, but Gunna's never missed.
No.
He's probably my top 5 right now. Trash fell off, way off.
I like those last 2 songs he put out though.
No, I hate Escape Plan. Horrible.
You didn't like the second one?
No, I like Mafia. hard.
Mafia, I was like that.
Mafia's hard, but that escape plan
was alright. But Mafia, I was like, this is like
that's some gas.
This is some Travis.
Yeah, that was that gas. What you got, Jace? You got 2 more?
I'm looking right now, man. I kind of need a little refresher. I should have brushed up a little.
No, I literally was just scrolling through all the albums that I had.
No, we can come back to that if you think of your albums. What's something you'd go back and ask your 18-year-old self, or tell him? You know,
I wouldn't ask him shit. He didn't know nothing. But I guess the one thing I would tell him is that trust your instincts, because most of the time, how you felt about it was right. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you can't prepare. You can't prepare him for anything. You know, what I mean, you could tell him like things that could potentially happen, but at that point, you just have to trust that what already happened was going to happen. You
right.
Look, you're gonna be all right. Trust your instincts, and eventually, you'll be where you want to be. You know.
What about you, Jace?
Just that you don't have to always have everything all figured out. Just kind of
live.
Yeah. Just, one step at a time, and don't try to rush things. Everything in due time.
That's the same thing like what I was saying about the timeline. It's like everyone's got a different timeline, man. And it's like
you don't have to be doing what everyone else does.
It's like I'll be seeing chicks on Instagram. It's like, how are you out here traveling this much? Like, so you took 3 trips in the last month? Or like, was it like that Drake song when he was saying something about taking pics on the go so you could place them when you went home? Like, we could post them when you're home.
And males, don't be spending your money on these females that ain't with you to be with you. Yeah, I mean, I've learned that the hard way. I've lost thousands. Me and Jaco were walking home from the bar. I don't know why I bought them bitches drinks. I don't know why I was buying them drinks.
I swear to God, I turned around and I was like, I just bought these girls like 3 rounds in a row.
But you just get like that.
Like, it was like, we got some, went back. And
that's just the vibe, though, That's just the vibe. And just being authentic and you and shit,
Yeah, I mean, if I'm up there getting a drink, like, I might as
well. I saw some TikTok, and it's just funny because we had this situation. What's too much on the cover charge?
Too much on the cover?
Yeah.
$10.
Over 20.
$10.
If it's not homecoming, so like, I guess I'm comparing it like to Mizzou, because at homecoming, they put the bitch at $20.
What?
But I heard this bullshit that they were charging $70 to get in.
70?
At this last homecoming.
Oh, no.
I heard that it was packed, and they just like, the door guys just started upping the charge. They were like, oh yeah, it's $60 to get in right now.
I'd fight them.
$60 to get into Fieldhouse?
You better come drunk.
Dude, on Tuesday night I can walk in here for, and it's not Tuesday night, but like, come on, man.
You better come drunk.
I don't care how packed it is. Just say that it's 1 in, 1 out. Don't start charging $60. That's fucking ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. Bro, I'd love to have my own bar up here in the city.
Owning a bar? Dude.
It's one of the goals.
You can't lose money.
No, it's constant money. Especially if people fuck with you and like.
And I guess over COVID, honestly, a lot of people would be like, yeah, they were struggling for a little bit, I'm sure. But like, I mean, I know there's a couple bars in Soulard that closed down. Right.
I feel that. What's a question you guys would ask me if you were in my position?
A question that I could ask Swerve.
Yeah.
I would say in a year from now, do you expect the podcast setup to be the same as it is now, or are you planning on like?
A year from now.
Yeah. Like you think Swervinn's gonna be out in a year from now? And you still gonna be?
I think in a year from now, I think I'll be here in the. Hopefully, I get this apartment downtown. I think I'll be up here in like 2 to 3 months.
It'd be a lot easier from here.
Oh, it's just more clientele, accessible. Yeah, but I think it'll be about halfway where I want it. But it's gonna grow a lot.
Yeah, I'm excited to see, who you bring on here next.
Yeah, like I just gotta get out of the country, bro. Like I love it. It's a great place to save money, but it's just in my vibe. I'm just
I still think it's funny how when you told me that you lived in Park Hill, I thought you lived in Kansas City. Like for a year, I thought that you lived in Park Hill, Kansas City.
Nah, bro. Park Hills, Missouri. What about you, Jace?
What's up?
What would you ask me if you were hosting the pod?
If I was hosting the pod?
Mm-hmm.
How good at golf do you expect to get in like the next year or 2?
Damn, that's a good question.
What are you expecting to shoot?
What
are you shooting right now, by the way?
I probably shoot like a 10, 109 I'd probably shoot like I haven't broke 100, like a 102, 105.
Bro, honestly, if you would have broke 100 within the first 3 months, like that's
yeah.
Golf is something that it takes time and repetition to even get decent at it. Because it's not even the fact like if you can hit one good shot, it's about hitting a consistent, 100 consistent shots that don't, you know what I mean? Because golf's crazy. Like you slice one shot and the next one you're like, mental.
Like I said, from it coming just a laughing game, it was like, man, fuck golf and. Being all that from it being like first taking it in with my dad and we both like sucking and stuff and playing with friends and them teaching me shit and it just being like a really therapeutic game. I really took it in but I would say I expect to break 100 in the spring.
Yeah.
That's
by the end of the spring, if you broke 100, honestly, that would be good. Yeah. Because and
I expect to shoot like a 90s. I expect to take 10 strokes off my game. I just two putt a lot. Like I can get it on the green. I just two putt a lot.
I wouldn't even say don't be expecting so much out of your score. I would say expect like you want to be able to get down to where like you're hitting consistent. You know what I mean? Like to where you can swing that 7-iron. You can be like, I know right about where this. Well, that's the thing is once you figure out the distances of your clubs, then that's
and this is the thing too.
If you can putt good, you're gonna shoot pretty decent.
But here's the thing too, like you start golfing with other people and. People just golf different, just like everyone's on different time. Like some people want to rush golf. I don't like to rush golf. I'm gonna fucking play slow, like line my shit up. Take my time. And I just don't like to rush golfing. I play like down there. A lot of people just like to rush golf, so I feel like I had to do that in my game. So I feel like I'm taking more strokes and shit instead of just slowing down and playing.
I mean, how many practice swings do you take like before you swing?
I don't take practice swings. I'm just like doing my.
You never take a practice swing?
No, just like one.
Bro, I would say at least always take one because like the main reason why
I really don't try to.
I like practice swing is I'll try to go up there practice swing, and if I like it, I'll be like, that's the exact stroke, and then all I gotta do is mimic exactly what I just did.
Yeah, but I don't like that because I try to do that, and that's hard to do, bro. Because then you're in your head talking, and you're like, you just don't do that. It's hard to coordinate everything you're trying to coordinate sometimes in golf.
Right. It's because our buddy Chase, he was trying to tell me the same thing. He's like, I don't practice swing. He's like, because I'll like get in my head. You know what
exactly.
I mean? I'll be like, that ain't it.
Yeah, I don't practice swing.
And in reality, you just want to go up there and get the right pace.
Yeah. I'll take one. I
feel like get the right pace.
Who's your favorite golfer?
Dude, my favorite golfer, it's got to be Brooks Koepka. I like Brooks.
I haven't watched enough of it to claim Brooks. Like the Ryder Cup I really loved the Ryder Cup, but they really didn't show him a lot on camera. I like the Xander Schauffele. Oh, you're good. Go ahead.
But I was gonna say I should have started Dak Prescott over Joey Burrow today.
Joe Burrow.
Damn, what'd he do? Because he's starting in my league.
Yeah, he just scored 2 touchdowns in the fucking like the last 3 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Joe Burrow did?
No, Dak Prescott. He's got 19, 18.88. But
are they winning?
No, they're down 30-16. But shout out for the Cowboys offense to show up in the last 3 minutes. Yeah.
Are they winning?
No, Cowboys just got fucking blown out. Yeah, they were down 30. They were down 30 to nothing at one point.
Young Waku just hit the game winner versus the fucking Saints.
Who's your favorite golfer?
That'd have been awesome.
I don't really have a favorite golfer. I don't really watch it all that much.
Yeah, I'd say it's Brooks. I like Brooks.
Brooks is nice. Did you see that? It's so far from now. Hopefully we're living, but the Bell Reeves, the President's Cup's coming back in 2030.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it's nice.
Which I know the last time here, Tiger
have you been to a golf event?
How crazy the crowd was.
Have you been?
I bet tickets are gonna be stupid.
Oh yeah.
No, I've never been. That's like one thing that I do need to go to.
I had tickets. I could have got 4 tickets to the Ryder Cup and I didn't take it for $250.
$250 each.
No, together, all bundle.
It was in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, but we would have got a hotel and shit. Probably would have cost more, so I think that's why my boy was doing it so cheap.
Wow.
Yeah, but he was just a coach or something. And he just couldn't go, but he had tickets.
That's wild.
Josh Allen just fumbled.
But I was gonna ask. Oh, who would you guys like to see on here if I can get him?
On the Swervinn pod. Dude, I was thinking about this the other day. I had a good one. I think you need to get like one of like the managers of like one of the bars downtown or something, and just like be like ask him like
Wheelhouse or something.
Yeah, like right when you move down to like STL. I think you need to just get like, I don't know, like a manager or someplace, either like patio.
That everyone knows,
like,
someone that everyone knows.
Right.
Yeah. You guys don't know a guy like that?
I guess I don't really know one of like the managers out here.
I guess I'm the guy to get to that, huh? What about you, Jace?
Someone you should have on the podcast, fucking Marcus Lau.
Marcus, yeah, I gotta get to know you, man. I feel like is that the guy's ID I used in Colombia?
No, that's Dion.
Yeah,
It was. Yeah,
that was Dion.
Yeah.
I knew that.
You knew that situation?
No,
Yeah.
I just know Dion. So like,
Jacksonville just won.
That's
Holy
nuts.
shit.
Well, that's funny because Jacob was like, I remember asking Jacob, I was like, man, can you give me an ID? He was like, yeah, I was trying to think. He was like, yeah, we use Dion. He called him up, got his ID, and they like carried me home from the bar. That's when they kicked me out of the bar in Mizzou. And then they stole my fucking half ounce of weed. So if you're seeing this, I ain't forgot that when they come back, motherfuckers. Fucking never forget. What bar was that?
That was at my house.
No. It was the one,
You got was that Fieldhouse?
had to be.
I think it was Fieldhouse.
Yeah, you were, I can't smoke in here.
Yeah, because dude, when we were at my
Because
house,
we're at my house, I smoked and got away with it.
No, I remember. I will never forget that moment. Like that was the first time in my life. I'm like in the bar, and I look over and Swerve just boom lights up his phone. I was like, "You can't smoke in here." And he goes, "Trust me." He's like, "Jake," he's like, "We're good." He's like, "Don't worry." I was like, "Okay." Then the bouncer walks up, like, "Swerve, Swerve." He goes, "Bro," hands the bouncer the blunt. Bouncer hits it. He's like, and then we just smoked the rest of the. It was crazy. I was like,
this guy
in the middle of the bar.
This guy takes shots crazy in the bar. He'll get one, and then like 5 minutes later, we're hitting another one.
Dude.
And then you're doing 4 shots within 10 minutes.
We were
And it just sneaks up on you.
Oh yeah, we were taking
Woo!
those Vegas bombs.
I was at patios throwing up in my mouth waiting on the line because it was just so cold outside. Like my body just does that shit. I was just like, this gotta go away.
Talking about Fieldhouse?
No, just at patios last weekend. I was fucking drunk, bro.
Oh.
I was fucked up. Liquor's not me.
Dude, liquor drunk and beer drunk are like two totally different things. Like,
Oh yeah. If you had to take one, wait, okay. Weed or liquor forever. If you had to take one.
Weed.
yeah.
It's not even close.
Like forever, ever. Like, dude, when I'm like 60 and 70?
You ain't worry about drinking.
No.
Nah.
It's like, dude, I don't know how people get motivated to drink because it just hurts the next day so bad.
That's what like blows my mind out. Like alcoholism, like legitimately blows my mind. It's like when I get drunk and like the next day, I'm like, imagine drinking when you feel like that. Like that would just be a vicious cycle. Like holy shit.
Bro, I know a person
Until you
that.
get drunk the next day.
Right.
I know a person.
That's the
So
thing.
is that true, bro? Like, if you literally wake up drunk and you drink more, you feel better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, if you wake up
That's
hungover?
That's facts. The only reason that I truly know that is because like on tailgate days and shit, like we'd go out the night before and then we wake up and you'd be like, oh, like not today, and then you'd have one beer and then you'd feel like shit, and you have a couple more beers and you're like,
I feel alright.
yeah, you're like okay, and then you take a
Then
little,
how's
take
that
a little
next day?
liquor, you eat some food, and then now you're off to the races.
How's that next day, though? That
Yeah, those days are rough. But
Yeah, I just
in
never.
college especially, like it was just, it's just a different energy like
Yeah.
around. You know what I mean? It's like you got some shit to do. There's some shit you could be going doing every night. You know what I mean? You just gotta pick and choose.
Go to restaurant up here.
Go-to restaurant. Gotta shout out Blue City Deli. That's my place up here. You gotta get the Big Tommy or the Thunderbird. That's what you got.
City Blues?
Blue City Deli.
Blue City Deli.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Right around here, a good place is Tucker's. It's right down the street.
Tucker right there by the Domino's?
Trying to go have a sit down dinner or something like in Soulard. That's pretty good.
Nice steak dinner. It's pretty decent.
It's good food. They give like a healthy portion.
What about something for my Columbia people?
In Columbia?
Yeah.
Cheddar's for sure. I mean, if you're trying to go to like a chain, like it's pretty fire for a chain.
In Columbia, I would say JJ's Cafe. If you
Well,
are watching
Shakespeare's
this,
Pizza too.
if you are watching this and you live in Columbia, you need to go to JJ's Cafe. They're only open till like 1 or 2. I think they might be open till like 1 p.m. But like it's like home style cooking, and they're serving up fire in there. And Buckingham's out on Knife On.
If
They're down Providence.
back in your hometown, if you're going, what's your go-to order when you go back home and getting something, and where from?
Go to order like in O'Fallon.
Yeah.
Big T's Deli.
Yeah, big T's for breakfast for
Frosted
sure.
tea?
I'm not the biggest breakfast fan in the world, so I'd also have to say probably something like B Hall's. B Hall's is pretty good. It's like an independent, like family-owned restaurant. They have really good wings. They've won Wing Ding, which they do like in St. Charles a couple of years in a row.
I'll say Stefanina's, man. Like if you're looking for like,
Yeah.
if you don't like emos and you're trying to still try some St.
That's
Louis-
pizza.
St. Louis style pizza, Stefanina's in O'Fallon. They got some really good pizza.
Breakfast or dinner?
Dinner.
Breakfast. Even though I don't like on regular days, I won't eat breakfast. But like I like breakfast food. Like I would eat breakfast food for dinner, like pancakes, waffles, hash browns.
You're a dinner guy?
Biscuits and
Burger and fries,
yeah,
steak.
for sure.
I like that.
It's only because I only like a couple breakfast foods. Like I really like eggs. Like, but
French toast and
I'll
shit.
have eggs like on a burger though. So like,
right.
It's not that I hate breakfast. It's just that like my options are limited.
Right. Yeah, I really love eggs and bacon more than than a whole breakfast.
I do like breakfast food.
I fuck with some French toast though. So.
If you meet somebody and they don't like French toast, that's like when I meet somebody and they tell me that they don't drink. Kind of like scares me a little.
Right.
Like, you don't drink like at all. They're like, no. I'm like, I don't know. It's just weird to try. I mean, obviously, like there is people that don't drink that I trust, but I'm saying like initially, it's just like,
wow.
Like, if you had to pick, well, 2 questions: favorite cereal and soda or Gatorade
I
forever?
love this question. Favorite cereal, soda, and Gatorade.
Yeah, soda and Gatorade forever.
Cereal. The number one goated cereal is Fruity Pebbles, and
with the marshmallows or no?
No. Regular Fruity Pebbles, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Lucky Charms are pretty damn good. Like if you like marshmallows,
I don't fuck with no Lucky Charms.
You don't like Lucky Charms at all?
Or the Fruit Loops.
I like Fruit Loops. I like Cocoa Puffs, Cocoa Pebbles,
Fruity Dino Bites, not Fruity Cocoa Dino Bites.
Hey, I don't like chocolate, but the motherfuckers hit with the regular,
Cocoa Dino Bites.
And you get the chocolate milk at the end.
I don't like the Cocoa Dino Bites, but I mean they do come in that big bag, which is like.
I like the French toast cereal. The
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
No, it's literally French toast. Yeah,
like
French toast cinnamon crunch is gas. And you guys say you'd pick soda or Gatorade forever.
Oh,
Gatorade.
I don't drink soda.
Not even close.
I like soda. Dr. P is the go-to soda, but
you couldn't cut. You're not worried about cutting soda out right now though.
I mean, I couldn't cut Gatorade out. Like, does that mean I can still drink Powerade, or like I couldn't drink any?
Well, yeah, that's the same.
Sports drink like that. You know
like you can't like
Powerade, Body Armor, none of that. So
no. So you're either drinking just juices or you drink soda too.
Oh yeah, gotta cut out soda because like if you're drinking soda and water all the time and that's it, you're gonna need some Pedialyte or something to get hydrated. You're gonna be through.
I know some people like that just drink soda though.
No, 100%. Like our neighbor Jack Johnson, it's all Diet Pepsi. And like with dinner he'll drink like 2 Diet Pepsis with it. And it's like
no water.
He said he probably drinks a gallon of water a month.
Not even.
That's what he said.
Not even, bro.
He doesn't drink a lot of water.
I've never in my life, since we've been living here for the last year and a half, seen him drink
Which
water.
I feel like once like you know like what being hydrated feels like, you're like, I'd rather be like that. Like you know what I mean? Like
I feel that.
Being dehydrated is like one of the worst fucking feelings ever. Like it is.
I feel that. And
I don't know about one of the worst feelings ever, but it's definitely not very comfortable.
Right. I like being comfortable. Like
but one of the worst feelings ever, damn, Jaco. You've had a pretty easy life up to now.
No, I'm saying like
this man's never really faced adversity, apparently.
No, I mean I'm talking about like you're super dehydrated, like
nah, yeah.
So I mean I guess like dehydrated would be like anytime you're sick you're dehydrated.
Right.
You know what I mean, like
what's the will be the last question to close it out. What's the goal closing out the year? Self goals.
Go up 10 G's in sports betting.
Hey, I believe
you heard it here first from the Oracle.
I got faith.
I appreciate it.
I got faith.
I'm gonna need it.
I got faith.
Sports betting is it's a rigorous process for sure, man. But like obviously there's like professional handicappers, so like and I obviously never seemed to go underneath enough to have to.
All right, I got one more question for each of you, just independently. What do you expect? Do you expect in 6 months? Do you expect to be negative or positive in sports betting?
Oh, positive for sure.
What am I?
I'm pretty positive right now though. Like I'm up a couple hundred, so like, I'm not in a bad place, but I was definitely up a lot more a couple weeks ago. So.
And Jaco, if you well, what's your plans closing out the year? Go ahead.
I would say plans closing out the year. Trying to stack some more bread up for the end of the year, hoping that these crypto investments I hit take off a little bit.
You're into crypto? Well, let's talk off the pod. We don't.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, my logic is it's gonna go up. I think it's gonna get more integrated into the system. And
God, I feel like if you're not in crypto now, you just can't get in. You can't get in.
Oh, you should wait for a big dip.
I was thinking that same thing.
What big dip? Bitcoin 60 grand. Ethereum's like
it was just in the 40s though, like just fucking couple months ago. So like it takes big dips. Like that's when I say a big dip, I mean obviously there's no like correct or.
No, I'm now convinced that if you're buying Bitcoin or Ethereum, you could buy right now and at any time, and if you're planning on keeping it long term, it's a good investment.
Do you guys believe in NFTs?
No. Well, yeah.
Kinda, because like some of there's. So basically, Facebook just sold, like now they're Meta. Like Meta is the company that Facebook is now, and there's this whole thing that's getting created called like the Metaverse. That is
a whole different,
like a whole
social media world.
Yeah, social media world that like you are in, and that's gonna like grow. There's gonna be an economy of that, and so like people will be purchasing and trading things in this metaverse, and that's where these NFTs and all this stuff are gonna. I mean, they're taking off right now. Like you can see how much they're selling for, but it's gonna be nuts, man. I mean, I saw my buddy. I mean, he was just predicting, but he was saying that he thinks that this metaverse's economy will eventually be greater than the world's economy. Which, like, just thinking about that.
Right. Michigan. If you had to burn or freeze one, Michigan or Missouri.
If I had to what?
If you had to, not burn or freeze, but if you had to like
if it disappeared.
Yeah.
Oh wow. The whole state would just disappear.
Yeah. If you had to pick Michigan or Missouri.
Michigan.
I mean, I can't just take Missouri off the map. There's too many people I know here, so it has to be Michigan.
You're taking his college away from him.
You know,
he's even rocking the Michigan with that.
Yeah, dude, I would just. Without Michigan football, I mean, shit, who'd I root for? You know what I mean?
Ohio State.
You couldn't take another team?
I mean, I'd have to pick one.
How hurt?
I'd have to just go to Mizzou. Like, my tier's already, Michigan, Mizzou.
What'd you do after that loss last week?
Oh, threw a little.
Cried himself to sleep.
Yeah. Were you here?
Yeah. he was quiet for.
I mean, dude, we're up 30-16 with 5 minutes left in the third quarter. We looked amazing on offense, and then, I mean, Kenneth Walker with 5 touchdowns. I mean, he needs to be in the Heisman conversation. I know he is, but I hated it. And I mean, we won this week. Next week, if we beat Penn State, we'll pick up some steam, and then we got Northwestern after that, and then we play Ohio State. So
I feel that. Close it out. Super Bowl right now. Who is it?
Rams.
Right now, who's in it? The matchup.
Rams, Ravens.
I got Bills, Cowboys. Cowboys win 27-24 in OT.
Marcus?
I think it's going to be the Cardinals and I don't know who they're going to play. I just think the Cardinals for sure.
Think the Cardinals think they're gonna win?
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's this year.
I think I'm gonna take the Rams, and I think I'm taking AFC. Final bet after watching this week. I think the Chiefs are gonna come back and do it.
Wow. We're about to find out right here at these afternoon games.
Rams, Chief. Hey, this is Swervinn, my boy Jace. Marcus be on here soon. We'll have another episode. I gotta get Colin and the other boys on, so that'll be a part 2 that I have. And appreciate you guys. Tune in, and Swervinn's out.